Welcome to the Chamber Chat, your source for everything Danville and business topics that matter to you. We hope you enjoy the show. Chamber Chat. Chamber Chat.
Welcome to the Chamber Chat. I am with absolutely one of my favorite people to work with.
Thank you.
I enjoy working with Will so much. So Will is Parks Director and Assistant Town Manager. Dad.
Yeah.
Coach.
Yeah, all of it.
all of it. All right, Will. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. I mean, you kind of already summed me up. So, I worked for the town for 21 years. And
you started when you were 7?
Yeah, exactly. So I started my way from like intern all the way up to assistant town manager, just kind of growing in my roles and taking on new challenges with the town. The town's had tons of opportunities and tons of challenges that continue, and I've just been lucky to be here for 21 years. So 21 pool.
21 years. 21 pool openings.
Yeah, so in 2005, the pool, my intern year, was being remodeled, and so I got to kind of see it being built, and then got to operate it for 21 years. So
it's weird to think that pool has been there for 21 years.
Yeah, it's we work to try to make it pretty so no one can tell that it's been there for 21 years. So we're always working hard, and thankfully we have a good council and park board that invests back in the facility to help keep it, in tip-top shape.
I remember the old pool.
Yes.
I remember the old pool. We used to come to the Danville pool every once in a while, when we were like high school age, middle school, high school. My mom would bring us because there were some cute lifeguards.
Yeah. Yeah, we have twice as many now. We have like 30 employees just at the pool now, part-time employees.
And do you know who one of those lifeguards was, ironically?
I don't know.
Mark Morgan.
Yes.
I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know at the time. I just know it now that he was one that was the lifeguard at that time.
He's coming up on almost 50 years working for the town in some capacity. That's amazing.
Amazing or crazy? We're not sure.
A little bit both. I think we're all a little bit crazy working in government sometimes, but it's a passion and servant mentality.
Yes.
So, taking care of the people, that's what we try to do.
I think you definitely have the servant mentality. So, all right, let's go all things park, and then we can talk some town stuff.
Yeah, sounds good.
So obviously we're talking pool opening.
Pool opening, yep.
Pool opening. So it opens when?
So it opens on Saturday, Memorial Day Saturday, at 11 o'clock. We got everything prepped and ready. Already passed all of our samples with the Board of Health, and we are ready to open the doors. So we do have a 10% discount right now online.
Oh.
So make sure you get that by the end of the day today, Thursday, or tomorrow, Thursday.
This will air on Monday.
Oh, okay, never mind that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about you.
No discount.
No discount. Well, you can get your membership still at the pool.
Yes. All right. We'll talk memberships. Okay. So memberships.
Yeah.
What memberships are available? Is it just
pretty much anything. You can buy a single, you can buy a double, triple, quad, up to 10.
Up to 10.
Yeah, and so like each additional, it's all online, but I think it's like each additional person is like $25 or $50 on top of like the base membership.
Okay.
So every time you add person.
And it's like per household.
Yeah. And let's see here, what else? So with that too. So it's kind of like if you visit 4 or 5 times to the pool, it pays itself off.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
About the price of visiting for 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, so you come once a week and you paid it off.
Yep, and we're open 11 weeks this year. Normally it's 10, but the way it works out, it's 11 weeks this year. So
that's fun.
You get a little extra week in there. Hopefully the weather works.
I hope so. It doesn't look like the weather's gonna.
No, this week it might be a little chilly.
Opening day. Yeah, that's okay. All right. The cups. Is this new this year?
Yeah, we did them last year as well. We It's I think it was like $5, and then it's $1 for each fill after.
Okay.
And we have a sponsor here to Easy Air. Use their business, please. Yeah, just a souvenir cup. We're just trying to do something to help kind of promote what we do, and then give a little discount at the concessions.
I love that. And it's probably saves on trash.
It does.
For you guys, and so
It's a cool little swag.
green, and everybody can have their own cup, and I like that. All right. And what can you fill in the cup? Is it just soft drinks?
Yeah,
or?
it's just soft drinks.
Okay.
So ice and drinks, we'll fill it up for you. You pay $1, get your drink back.
Okay. Did you say you had slushies this year?
We always have slushies. So we usually have like cherry, blue raz. They're pretty big sellers. Just nice little feature to add on there. We're talking about possibly doing like a specialty drink, like some dirty sodas at some point. We're still kind of researching on that to see its value.
Okay. Do you still have rentals available? Because I know lots of families like to rent them for
still
pool parties.
is like 2 or 3 rental dates available.
Okay.
Usually, so we start Jan 1, so they kind of sell pretty quick in the beginning, but there's usually like the holidays don't sell as well, so probably those dates online are still available. But it's all online. You can fill it out, danvillein.gov.
And then what does a rental include?
You get all the lifeguards. I mean, it's pretty much the whole facility staffed with lifeguards and a manager.
Okay.
So not concessions. We don't usually do that because usually people are bringing
In their own
stuff. So.
cupcakes. And,
Yep.
Okay, great. All right, parks program this summer.
Yeah, so I brought the list because we have quite a few things starting like in the next 2 weeks. So we swim lessons start June 1st. They're online. I think there's still a couple of spots available. Last year we started one-on-one swim lessons, which is kind of a new feature. Helps us kind of secure those younger kids a little bit more, making sure they have the dedicated focus that we're looking for. We have art camp, starts June 2nd.
Ooh.
Fun thing, we've teamed up with one of the teachers, one of the local teachers, and just, arts and crafts pretty much.
Yeah.
There at the train station. Then we also have Wacky Wednesdays. So on Wednesdays, we do like a fun program. It's free if you go to the pool. We have Connor, our intern, is going to be taking over that on Wednesdays, and we do like slide races, hot dog eating contest, best dive, all kinds of different stuff over the 11 or 12 weeks.
Jimmy said Jocelyn and I get to be judges this summer.
Yeah, for sure. It's fun.
We have a lovely.
It's like a cool little event we just do on one of our slower days to try to maybe bring some traffic or to just have members have something to do while they're there.
Fun.
Yep.
All right.
Then summer park program starts on the 8th. That program, I think, is like in its 70-something year.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so it's a free program, 6 weeks. It runs from 9:30 to 11:30, Monday through Friday. Friday being like more of a pool day, but Monday through Thursday, it's kind of like STEM stuff with mixed with some physical activity. So they go play games, but they also do some arts and crafts, and just a free program that Danville provides for the community, which is kind of unheard of in today's day, that you can do something like this for free. So
Absolutely.
it's
I'm
actually,
guessing
I
you're
think,
sold.
full. Yeah,
I was going to say it sells out.
It sells out really quick. I think we have 350 or so kids signed up for the different 6 weeks.
That is awesome. Now, can somebody sign up for all 6 weeks if
Yeah.
they get in
Yep.
quick enough? All right.
January 1, we usually put it out, and so then just however it goes. All of our stuff's usually January 1, our jobs or programs. We try to plan in August the prior year to then launch them
Okay.
by Jan 1, if
All right.
we can get everything.
So they got to get online January 1?
Yeah, January 1's important.
Okay. All right. Have you guys ever thought about doing like an adult day parks program?
Yeah, we used to do some adult sports, and then like interest kind of fell out. It's something we may get back into. I mean, we're always open for ideas. Lucky Jimmy Ray, our programs guy, he really tries to diversify the programs and find different things that can kind of hook people. So yeah, I think it's definitely something to do. We did kind of like a concert there, which is kind of like an adult day at the pool. The only problem was everybody didn't get in the pool.
No.
So then kind of defeated the
music.
purpose.
Yeah.
But it's maybe something we could look at in the future. Just new ideas always. We're always trying to spice it up.
Yeah. I like that. All right. I saw you guys have a camp out this summer.
That's in August, I believe. So it's pretty cool. You get For $20, you get pretty much like dinner, a movie, and get to camp at the park. So, and that's
fun.
$20, I believe, for a family.
Okay.
So we usually have like anywhere between 10 to 20 families. So it's pretty fun. Some people bring their RVs and all that kind of stuff, camper. Just a cool time to hang out and campfire, and you don't have to go very far. If it rains out, you can just drive home.
and Jimmy makes your meal?
Yeah. I think you make your own meal, but we
you
provide
do?
the stuff because we have a campfire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you just
We
get
have
hot
the sticks
dogs
and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Jimmy's not cooking your hot dogs.
He could. I don't know. If you asked him, I bet he would.
He probably would. He probably would. All right. Concerts? You want to talk concerts?
Yeah. So every third Friday we have concerts. We have one coming up. We just had ours in May.
Yep. Last Friday.
Weather turned out to be okay. We had a decent crowd
Yeah.
on the square. So the next 3 concerts will be in the at the amphitheater, and then our last concert will be on the square.
Yes. We have some good ones this year. I'm excited. I feel like we've got a good variety this year of bands. So.
And if you want to know the bands, check out Evenings in Ellis.
Evenings in Danville.
Evenings in Danville.
Evenings in Danville, yeah. Once we added the square, then we changed it to Evenings in Danville. And that is a partnership between the Chamber, the Downtown Danville Partnership, and the Parks.
Yep.
One of the many partnerships we do. So I
Teamwork.
appreciate that. Absolutely. All right. Next on the agenda would be, you want to talk trails?
Yeah. So about 2019, we did a pedestrian and sidewalks trail, like master plan, trying to check out all of our sidewalks and our trails. And summary from the citizens was that we don't have a main trail or artery trail in town. And so through that program, we looked at all the options, and we came out with a summary of we'd like to do something on 36. And so from there, we hired a company to come out, do like a pre-design plan. So it's like 30% study to find out, hey, is this actually possible to do?
Right.
And so we've been getting pretty close. We secured some funding, got a grant, and so now we're in design to do a trail that'll stretch from Ellis all the way to the fairgrounds.
Okay.
So we don't have funding for all the pieces yet, but we're going to do the plan in general, and hopefully I'm trying to reach out to all the entities along the trail to help kind of pitch in to maybe do their portion, and then we can complete the whole trail. The goal is finish design this year, maybe bid it by the end of the year, and then next year would actually be construction. So it's been a long journey, 2019 to 2026 to in the ground hopefully in 2027. So some of these projects, just to secure the funds, takes a long time, a lot of politicking, a lot of securing through the higher ups, state funding. We had some transition and grant funding too, because a lot of the grants went away when offices changed this last. So but some of those grants are coming back. They're just turning into a different name. And so we were able to secure one. We still have 2 grants out there. If I secure those, along with some county help, we might be able to do the whole trail. So that's really the goal.
If only we would have built it back then. Because the cost
so
has probably gone up, 150%?
So when we did a projection in 2019, it was going to be $1 million to $2 million to build the trail, and now it's $5 million.
Yep.
So that tells you the inflation from COVID in there, along with some DNR. They changed some things. There's some more studies that you have to do now. So the permitting is an extra 6 months, but we've already started that process.
So what is the plan by the bridge on 36 over the creek?
So originally we were looking at possibly using the iron bridge by the waste management. But it was like $2 million to move it, and then you couldn't get grant funding, because when you move a historic bridge, you lose the historic part of the bridge. And so it's like half the price to do a prefab. So right now we're looking at a prefab, but we're still trying to reach out to the county and see if they're interested in maybe still doing it, becoming like a partnership or something. But either way, it's going to be an awesome thing, and a pretty large bridge, and it'll be a cool signature thing. Plus safety wise, getting people off 36 is really part of the goal.
I mean, it's amazing to see how many people we do have walking around Danville now.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people forget about the trail that goes up behind our building here at the town hall.
Trail. Yeah.
And so I think a lot of people forget about that, so they stay on 36. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
Hopefully this will help kind of connect some of that stuff. You know, our end goal is really to go all the way downtown so that you can connect. And then on the other side, we've been talking to Avon. We would like to run the whole old 36 corridor and connect to Avon, so then you'll be able to, you know, ride your bike anywhere, commute to work if you worked, you know, for the county or something, which would be pretty cool. But really, you know, the goals are the connectivity. And this is a start, and it builds that artery. So like when it's done, you'll be able to walk from the fairgrounds all the way on a sidewalk or trail, all the way out to 200 West.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, do you want to talk about trails?
Playscape?
Yes, that was
There you
it.
go.
That was the one I wanted to go to.
Yeah, so we did study, we did a master plan, came out with a kind of layout. So master plans, hey citizens, what are you looking for? How can we try to make what you're looking for a reality? So got all that together. The location changed for it because of restrooms and parking, and then the funding went way up. So it's like $3 million to do the park we were looking at. I don't think we're going to have funding for that. We're still going to shoot for it, but it may be a modified version of the same. Our goal is we're going to use dollars. We want to get the same amount of play value, you know, the square footage of what we have in whatever we do to replace it. The hard part is where it's located currently to get permitting in there, if they would even allow it, because it's in the floodway. It's a lot harder. So we're working on stuff. We do have $1 million secured, so we're close.
Okay.
But we still got a little bit to go. We would like to have something at least designed by the end of the year is our goal, and then maybe implementation by fall of next year. Trying to pick a good time to where it's, you know, the citizens aren't impacted a whole
The
bunch.
least amount of impact.
And if it goes to a different location, that'll make it easier because we can build the new while the old is there, and then, you know.
And what location are you looking at?
Well, the map kind of laid out where the basketball courts are currently, because it has ample parking. Really, the pool's only open 11 weeks, so like high peak would only be like 11 weeks. And then the restrooms are right there. So that the restrooms were a big thing on our surveys. Even though there is one across the creek, most people don't know that that one is there. So the goal would be to try to locate it near restrooms if we can.
So is that going to affect the sledding hill?
Yeah, everything.
Sorry, I'm just going to ask.
That was a big question for us too. But, you know, there's some opportunities between Aiken and like North Ellis that we could probably do some clearing and probably have some pretty cool, and maybe make it as a sledding hill, where there's like some stairs to walk up, and then you can park at the top, slide down, because there is parking on the top in Aiken. So we're looking at all the opportunities that are there and trying to see what fits the best. The hard part is, you know, Ellis Park's pretty full right now, so it's hard to put something in that doesn't impact something else. So we're trying to just figure out what that is, but it's all funding based. Like, we can't really do anything without having the dollars to do it right, because like we don't want to do half the size of Playscape.
Right.
That would be like, I think, a disservice to Playscape.
I agree.
So the goal is to try to either raise funds, or there's some other options too, where we could do a similar type playground that would look similar to Playscape. It would just be in the new recycled lumber for $1 million. And so we're kind of looking at, well, maybe that's the option, is to do the same type of playground, but just do it in a different location.
Okay.
So we're like juggling it right now. We got to sit down and really make some hard decisions, because it is, I mean, Playscape has a lot of heartstrings with it, and we're hoping that the new facility will have the same heartstrings with it too. So
I think so many people, if I remember correctly, volunteered to put that together.
Yeah, there's hundreds of people.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure out ways where we can like honor Playscape in the new build as well. So maybe the entry point is going to have some sort of like Playscape features in it, and the possibility to where if you wanted to get your name on a plaque or something like that, we would have that on there.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Gary Aiken is pretty well.
Yeah, so Aiken Park. So most of the football stuff is done. We still have a dream of a frontage location there, like
Okay.
a smaller train station in the front. I don't know. That's probably going to be pushed back quite a bit because we have these other things coming up. And that shelter house to the west, where there's that little bump out parking
That would be
lot.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we get the restrooms in front, that'll give us the opportunity to put the shelter over on the side. We just want to give, and then a playground, a smaller playground over by the shelter. So just give it another spot where people can rent and have reunions and something like that in a smaller venue, because our other two shelter houses are really big. So if you have like a party and you only need 2 picnic tables and there's 12 in there, it just seems kind of empty. So to have like a smaller space that you can rent for cheaper and still have the same impact.
So let's talk about your rentals, because you guys have several rentals.
Yeah, we have 13 rental facilities. Blanton House, we really did a push to try to fix up Blanton House. So right now, as we speak, it's actually getting gutters on the front. Period correct, so they're copper gutters, which is kind of crazy. We are booked, I think, almost every weekend for a wedding or shower all the way through our peak months. And then we are like half full on next year. So we are renting at a pretty alarming rate. That's really good for that facility. So we're looking to try to put some money into it. Our goal, so we just did a drainage project out front where we fixed kind of like the water usage. Now we're looking at maybe a designated parking area to the side, dumpster location, and a small fence. And then we are going to put a plan together for a barn facility to the south that will come off the courtyard, so we can have an indoor space with restrooms and a small kitchen. So the 10 is great, but the 10 is a 10. So we need to look at the future is probably not a 10.
I love it. It's one of my favorite locations. I had the opportunity. We've hosted several events out there for the chamber, our Women's Connect and those kind of things. But I think it's like a hidden gem.
Oh, it is.
And if people go and look, I mean, the cost of wedding venues is astronomical.
Yeah, and you have freedom there where you can pick your own vendor. Which is not normal. Normally it's like, hey, pick from these 3.
And oh, by the way, their price list is, here's their price list. You're like,
price list,
holy cow. So, so I love that. I love that venue.
Yeah, I think last year just at the Blanton House we had 62 events, which is really good for our space. Train stations rented like every weekend. Shelter houses are pretty much weather dependent. Pool, Bostic Gym, mainly rented in the winter, but now we're starting to get some summer sports that are indoor travel teams wanting to be inside. And then Hargrave, we have like workout classes. And then 201 we've been using too, which is upstairs. We've been using that for like some training and just like when one of the other spaces.
Is there a Pilates class up there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We're just trying to figure out how to use that space because it's a little harder to get to.
Understood. All right. Anything else parks we need to talk about?
Summer Fun Run, June 16th. Make sure I did that. But tonight we have a park board meeting. Super exciting if you want to attend. But you said this is coming out.
No, it's okay. I probably will go ahead because we've talked a lot about stuff. So I might go ahead and just put it out this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of stuff going. This is kind of our peak time. So we normally have around full-time staff. We have like 8 or 9 full-time staff. And then this time of year we have like 65 staff members. So it goes, the fire hose is open. We operate pretty heavy. And then, after the season in August, then it's starting to fix all the stuff, and then we're right into Winterland. So, I mean, really nothing ever stops. And then we have the fitness center kind of season too. So people always ask, what do you do in the winter? And it's like just a different version of the same thing, right? It just moves indoors, and then, or it becomes Christmas lights.
Yes. So. Let's talk about Winterland. I will say, when I took this job, I did not know that the chamber was part of Winterland.
Yeah?
I did
You didn't
not
know that?
I'm not. Maybe I
You came to
kind of
Christmas
knew.
lights
I mean,
expert?
I kind of maybe had an idea, but then I started, and my first day was December 1 of 2019, and they're like, "Well, Winterland's going." And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, what do we do for Winterland?"
Yeah.
And I had no idea. So yes, but this is one of my favorite partnerships that we do.
Yeah, I think Winterland is it's a different beast, I would say, but it's part of the magic of Danville. That's really like, Danville does it up when it comes to like, the holiday events, and we're just so lucky to have a town that like everybody pitches in to do stuff, whether it's the square or the park or the chamber or the partnership, we all chip in to make that magic happen, and we all have super passion behind it. And I think that's what makes it successful. Especially like just having you come in, new breath of wind. We're both aggressive people, so we're taking on things that maybe we wouldn't have before, which I think is really awesome. And we're not okay with okay.
Yeah.
Which is
Well,
nice.
I
We're
think
always
we
trying.
both are looking. Okay, what can we do next?
Yeah.
What
like
are we doing next?
What's the next big thing?
the next
What
big
are
thing?
these other people doing? And do we have time to do it? And do our
And
other stuff.
do we have money to do it?
Yeah, and so I feel like we're pretty good partnership and investing in the future and trying to make it a better event. We had that walkable display this year. We learned a little bit from it. We're gonna make it better next year. I'm trying to think what else. I think we'll be going backwards.
Oh yeah,
This year, which is cool.
This year we go the other way.
Yeah,
We added the carriage rides this year.
carriage rides.
Um,
I'm trying to think. That's
the walkable, the carriage rides. We put out a few new
new
displays
displays.
this year.
Yeah, and we'll probably continue to do the same. Just kind of sprinkle in some new stuff when we can. The Christmas light displays are so expensive.
I don't think people realize how much our light displays are.
Yeah, I think so. We bought our animated tree for like $34,000. Avon bought pretty kind of the same. It's not as like
Theirs isn't as
movable as
animated.
us. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they paid $92,000. So
Yeah.
if we bought ours in today's dollars, it's probably $120,000
Yeah.
display. And it takes a lot of $5 and $10 just to pay for that. It takes years.
It takes, and I don't think people understand. I mean, I think people are like, hey, why isn't this free? And there's a lot that goes into it. A lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of money.
Yeah.
We could not do it without our sponsors. Our sponsors are clutch.
Yeah, for sure. Working
for-
and donating,
Yes,
both sides.
Absolutely. So obviously, if you see someone that sponsors parks programs and those kind of things in the Winterland, make sure you support them because they are supporting your community.
Yeah.
They are supporting your community.
A lot of things too, concerts, everything. I mean, we couldn't do half the stuff we do without partnerships and sponsorships. I mean, we're lucky to have a town that cares.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
makes an impact.
Absolutely. And then if they're working, that means that they're very volunteering. They're
Yeah.
not taking that $5 and putting it in their pocket. They
Yeah.
are, it goes back to chamber programs, parks programs, concerts.
Keeping
all
the lights
things,
on.
Keeping the lights on.
Yeah.
All the things that the parks and the chamber do. So.
Yeah, and we start the program pretty much in July, start doing things towards the program. So, I mean, and then it lasts, this year it lasts longer because of the weather, but I mean, we're February or March, depending on the weather, on putting it away. So, I mean, it's almost a 6-month program just with the effort that you have to put into it.
Yep.
So,
All right. Okay, so that's all the stuff. Let's talk town stuff.
Sure.
Do you want to talk about the thoroughfare plan?
Sure, we had the thoroughfare plan, second meeting last night. The HWC kind of laid out what the citizens want versus the groups versus the committee and kind of put it all together. Came out with this really cool grid map. You can check it out online. It was live. So, and it just kind of shows where all the gaps are and how the plan is really to try to plan for filling in the gaps to make more of a grid so that local citizens have a second option,
Right.
to get around in town. And so that's really the goal of it, and some of it might not be done. Most of it will be development driven, because we don't have the dollars to just build roads. We have dollars to repair roads. We don't have dollars to build roads. So most of the things that need to happen will happen if development happens. So it could be next year, it could be 25 years from now.
Right.
But the goal is to put it on paper and really have a plan so that if a neighborhood or a business comes in and they're on that spot on that grid, that they can build that for us as part of their impact to the community. So,
That's awesome.
plan for the plan.
Plan for the plan.
Very government.
Very government. So yesterday we had our economic development tax entity lunch, and one of the things that we were talking about was that the culverts. Is it the culverts that are now under? No, it's
Oh yeah.
that used to be under the county.
Yeah, it's like the storm drain.
Storm
culverts,
drain
yeah.
culverts. Were under the county, and then legislation went through last year that said no, those go to the town, but there's no fiscal to help support that. So we now, as the town, are having to find the money for that.
Yeah, and I think that worries the stormwater department quite a bit, because it was the size of the pipes too. Like, we were responsible for, I don't know the exact details, but the smaller pipes, which we could afford. But when you go to the bigger pipes, now you're talking roads and bridges and that kind of stuff. And our stormwater rate is low, so it's very hard to not have to raise the rate to be able to take care of the thing. So yeah, it's super difficult. Sometimes the state level maybe doesn't think through on the impact it'll make on us, because we have the smaller dollars. So it is what it is. We'll roll with the punches and find a way to make it work. It's just difficult sometimes, because it adds another layer to your job.
Yeah, I feel like Danville kind of has that attitude of, we'll find a way to make it work. We'll find a way to make it work.
We always do. Is it hard? Yeah, but I mean, it's a job. Everything's kind of hard in it sometimes. But there are ways. You can't. Everything's kind of a speed bump. You can't look at it as roadblocks.
Yeah.
It's just a speed bump. You decide how you're going to go over it. Do you go around it? Do you slow down? Whatever it is.
I speed up.
Yeah, that's an option. That's an option.
Let's just go.
So and just having a positive attitude, and maybe even reaching out to the county. Hey, you have these funds maybe secured. Can you get us through this year?
Yeah.
On what your projects are? Just things like that. And the county's been good to work with for the most part. Other towns have been good to work with too. So the town managers, we all meet and talk about what's going on, what's the impact, that kind of thing. So I know Plainfield, I think, had some plans, and we maybe have some plans on it too. But if we can unite, it makes it a little easier.
Absolutely. I love that our town's managers all get together and talk. It's very evident when we host our town manager lunch in November, and to hear them all talking about their collaboration and those kind of things. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that as a chamber and as a citizen.
Yeah, and in the long run, it's going to save money.
Yeah.
By working together. Yeah. And that's really part of it.
Why keep reinventing the wheel?
Yeah, exactly. Or, hey, we're doing this, you're doing this, let's, connect with a road or connect with a trail, or, and it's only going to benefit the citizens all around. And the other groups do too. I know the fire meets, the police meet, the parks meet, the planners meet. So, everybody is meeting on a month or quarterly basis, just to try to make sure, we're connecting all the pieces together.
All right, what else do you want to talk about today, Will?
I think you hit everything on the list.
I hit everything on the list?
I know.
All right. Okay, so I'll ask you Jocelyn's last question, since she's not here to ask it. One piece of life advice or quote that you live by.
The best views are seen with the toughest climbs. So sometimes things are hard, right? But you get the best results when you're working on that hard thing to get to that end, because the views are the best, and some don't see the same views by the time you get up there. So I've always kind of modeled that. It's hard now, but it's not going to be once you get up there and you get to enjoy it, And so continuing on some of these projects, we may have 30 projects going on at one time, just knowing that eventually someday you'll get to that peak on some of them, but you just got to keep pushing them forward. Just part of it.
That's so your personality.
Yeah.
That is so your personality.
I don't
100%.
know if it was in the beginning of my career, I would say, but once I got in the director's role, there's just so many fires that you almost become numb to them a little bit. And then you're a good resource for others to be like, all right, be calm, how are we going to fix it? Because really, no matter what, it's a fire, we're going to have to put it out some way.
Right.
Let's work together to figure out what that is.
Sometimes they do faze me a little still.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, grab the extinguisher. Let's go. You know.
Yeah, and sometimes the fires are a little hotter than others too. You get others
Agreed.
put logs on them, but it you know, no matter what, it's still just a fire. You know, it's how you take it, whether it's really hot or just a smoldering ashes, whatever it is. So, you know, feeling like I've been in enough to where, you know, it's just part of it.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to embrace it. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's easy, but you just keep going.
Okay, so we're good. What would you say is the hardest part of your job?
I think the hard part is knowing so much information and not being able to give the citizens enough of the information, because it's so complex to be able to be like, oh, that's why he came up with that decision, or that's why they did. You know, and we really try to be transparent on all of our stuff and putting, like, we overdo it, like agenda, everything's on our agenda. You know, you could see the documents and everything, because we want to inform you, we want to have those things. And just, you know, you have 17 meetings prior to do the plan, right? Well, everybody can't be in all 17 meetings.
Right.
It's just impossible. So then you know more information, and it's very hard to portray that to the citizen, because, like, you know, I always, how do they feel? You know, how would they approach it? And it's like, yeah, I would think the same way they do, but I have so much information that, and then it's hard to relay. But usually, like last night, I had, you know, 7 or 8 people around me on one of the panels talking about roads and stuff. And once we talked about it, and like I could give them the information from the research that we did, and they were like, oh, that makes sense. And so I wish there was more opportunity. I wish more citizens came and just talked to us, because, you know, we're not trying to do anything crazy. We're trying to take this information and put out the best product we can with the stuff we have. The hard part is like, I can't give you all that information because it's impossible for you to go on all the meetings and then did the studies and stuff. So it's just a hard thing, because like sometimes citizen may only see that one document, but didn't see the 17 meetings to get to that one document. So, but like, I don't ever take it personal. You know, it's like they see this way because I didn't give them enough information, or I gave them the wrong information. So take time, talk to the citizen, and feel like, because they want to be heard. I mean, it's their tax dollars.
Absolutely.
Plus, we want them to come with us.
Right.
We don't want to be dragging anybody. So, and a lot of the stuff are plans, right? They may never happen.
Right.
You know, the goal is to have a plan, because without that, it's just a dream.
Yes.
And you know, we don't want to dream. We want to have those goals to try to go after. So really, it's just like, I wish I could give them all the information, you know, from all the meetings, but, you know, half of it's just here.
Absolutely.
And then some of it's on paper, but some of it's talking to the, you know, the consultant, and then some of it's opinions, and so. But it's just like anything. Like, everybody should have an opinion. I mean, that's just part of it. Some are good, some are bad. Some just we need to talk it out.
Absolutely. Or come. And then come. I mean, Parks Board meetings are
Park
open
Board
to
meetings
public.
tonight. We would love for people to come to the Park Board meeting. I mean, we're doing some cool stuff, and attendance would be just great. I mean, I know my Park Board would love it as well.
Great. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Starting this, and I'm leaving.
Just go.
Yeah.
Oh, hand sanitizer on that.
Okay, we're gonna need you to do that then. Although I might just edit that one in.
We need like a cut thing.
Yes, we do. We literally start and stop all the time.
Okay, ready?
All right.
I'm tired. Thanks for calling. What is that?
It's something for your daughter to take to the trash later.
Awesome.
All right, let's try it again. You ready? You're
Oh,
gonna whistle
two
it again?
All right, ready?